now. Look at the name on the sign.
Oh, yeah. Herschel.
There it is. What the fuck? Holy shit. I was talking for how long? 18 minutes? God damn. I wonder why that happened. Anyways, hi Tiff. Thank you for that. That's weird. It was showing in OBS as working. That's very strange. Well, anyways, people are just gonna have to imagine what I said for 18 minutes. Anyway, you can just get right to it. Please calm down. He's really upset. Yes, this must be urgent. Let's hear what he has to say. We heard this request regards a missing family member. Can you elaborate? My little guy left yesterday and he hasn't come back yet. I looked up and down Vesta Street, but I couldn't find him. Chunky, where have you gone? I see. We'll start searching right away. Hey, at least give us some clues or something. Well, he likes playing in water and high places. High places? Yeah, like streetlights. Okay. He must be a really hyper child. Huh, what are you talking about? Chunky's my cute little parakeet. Wait a minute. So, it is not a family member, but a parakeet? Excuse me, how rude. Oh, Chucky, not Chunky. Holy fuck, I can't read either. Is an important member of my family. His orange head is pretty turquoise body. Oh, and his yellow wings are just so lovely. Anyway, please find him. I'm worried sick. Seems we've misunderstood, but nonetheless, he's clearly distraught. What do you guys say? Well, I mean, we always accept the request, Reen. Family is family. Let's help him. Yes, we can't just leave him like this. Really? Thank you. Heh. Don't thank us yet. We have no idea where he is. Well, given he's a bird, he could be just about anywhere. Did you purchase this parakeet from a pet shop? Yeah, we met 3 years ago. I've been so happy since the day he came home with me. I see. Instructor Reen, why did you ask about that? Well, generally speaking, smaller birds can't fly as far. If you had caught him in the wild, it might be a different story, but if he's kept indoors, he probably hasn't gone too far. I see, and he'd only been gone since yesterday. He might still be in Heimdall, maybe even still on the west side. Well, I have a good feeling about this, and he said he likes water and streetlights. It might be a good idea to look for him in areas that have fountains. I have a few ideas of where we can look. His name is Chucky. He has orange head, green body, and yellow wings. Yep, that's right. Thank you, everyone. Good luck. This is why the pacing of this game is fucking out of control, is because the quests are shit like this, where we gotta find Chucky the parakeet. I let him out so I could clean his cage, but then I realized I left the window open. The next thing I knew, he was gone. Chucky, like, yeah, I know, dude. He loves all that shit. Why the fuck is it telling me there's something here that is not here? I think Chunky is a better name as well. Okay, so he's not in this area. I mean, let's look back on Vankier Street. It's weird that the game like never loaded, but it is loading quite often here in Heimdall. Ooh, the Lake Lord and Company? Headquarters? Isn't this where you find the Phantom Thief guy in the first game? So this is where Kurt lives. What a great view. And look, there's rushing water. That would be an aqueduct, Yuna. They don't call this the premier educational district of Heimdall for nothing. The museum that submitted the required request is alone here, correct? Yeah, at the top of his hill, and the Imperial Academy is right nearby, so this area is usually packed with students and staff members. A number of manufacturing companies also have their headquarters here. This is true. For instance, a maker of fine musical instruments, the Rivelt Company, is right over there. The building beyond that is the Lake Lord Company, which makes fishing equipment. I've heard of that. I haven't heard of either one. Wait, Rivelt? You mean the Icicle Woman? Well, just because she's got the same name doesn't necessarily mean she's related.
As soon as the company was in my control, I gave the rights to a longtime employee.
I see, so that's the store. Oh wait, didn't we run into a Lake Lord a while back? Yes, he was Instructor Reen's classmate, Kenneth. We met him in Crossbow. Fucking Kenneth, dude. I don't know if he's here, but if you're interested, we can check it out. Either way, we need to check out the museum later, and... we should start with the usual. Time to pay your dues. The Vander Training Hall, also known as Kurt's home. You're going to introduce us to your parents, right? Fine. It's not like I have anything to hide. The training hall's just around the corner. If we're going, then let's just get this over with. Yay! Alright, let's go. Alright, I'm down for Kurt's house. Anything good in here? Almost certainly not. Yep. A lot of these I just shouldn't even go into if it doesn't say what it is or is not related to the story. Aren't you Reen, Elliot's old classmate? You're Elliot's friend from the music academy, right? Wow, long time no see. Do you work at the Rivelt company now? Yes, I'm actually part of the symphony orchestra too, but I'm still the rookie of the group. I'm working here part-time for now. I see. You've got a really rough road ahead. Good luck. I'll be rooting for you. Thank you. I need to keep working hard so I can fulfill my promise to play with Elliot someday. I guess it's kind of good that the game is giving me gifts for a lot of the people that need gifts. Welcome. Are you ready to order? This store's pretty popular. It seems like a good place to ask around. Alright, let's start asking people. They asked around. Well, this happened a little while ago, but a part-timer at one of our other branches suddenly disappeared. Do you mean they went missing? Yeah, he just stopped coming to work, and when we went to his residence, we couldn't find him. He had books about the Republic, so we figured he was from Calvert. Ah, bingo. We contacted the police, but they haven't found him yet. I was told not to talk about it in public. A part-timer who disappeared, just like a certain terrorist did 2 years ago. Anyway, we should definitely keep this in mind. Yeah, let's continue our search. That is a pretty big deal. How many more recipes do we need? Like none? Fuck. It's gonna be that I missed that one. I'm gonna be so mad. It's gonna somehow I missed one. Oops, we're supposed to go to the fuck off, game. Come on, man. What? So that's the headquarters of the Vander School, one of the 2 great sword styles of Erebonia. Sounds like they're practicing. We saw the training hall in Parm, but this one seems even more intense. Heh. You never would have known they've been relieved of their duty or whatever. Hey, Ash. Well, it's true. But it's not like the Vander style has become obsolete. If anything, since my father became head of the martial arts instructor... Head martial arts instructor of the Imperial Army, our numbers are swelling back to what they were. Oh, really? Evidently so, judging by the sound. Mattias Vander, the Thunder God. I've never met him before.
There! Your guard's down. Your fundamentals are all over the place. You need to focus more on your core.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi-ya!
It sounds like a woman, and she sounds very strict. Maybe she's the acting master of this class. Yes, she's something like that. We should probably wait a little bit. In that case, shall we head to the museum first? We gotta put this on the back burner. I think that's Kurt's mom, probably. It seems you've come to enjoy some fishing. These products should be suitable for ones of your level of experience and skill. Please feel free to take a look. Did she see right through us? I think you're overthinking it, right? I mean, at this point, we might as well just buy everything, right? Kenneth is not there. Shit is whack. The Imperial Museum appears to be open. It's a huge museum with exhibits from not only the Empire, but the entire continent. I've always wanted to come here to see all the historical documents, but I never had the time. You're such a history dweeb. I've been there a few times myself. It's pretty impressive. The curators are really good at explaining everything. I see, now I'm kinda curious. Well, I hear admission is free, so why not have a look-see? Wow, this place is pretty impressive. It appears to be fairly expansive. Yeah, I've heard it takes a full day to see all their exhibits. For real? It's a shame we don't have time for that today. One of our request clients is here. We should check in with the receptionist. Oh, it's What's-Her-Face from the original literature club, I think. Excuse me, we're here to see someone. I can't believe such wild, passionate love could exist in this world. Oh no. If I'm not careful, I'm going to end up drooling all over this book. She's not even listening. I feel like I've seen her somewhere before. Hey, Four Eyes, you listening? Oh, sorry, I was,
Oh?
Dorothy? I haven't seen you since you graduated.
Green? It's good to see you again.
Huh? You know her, instructor? You mentioned graduation. Does that mean you went to this school with her? Yeah, she was a year ahead of me.
Welcome. I'm Dorothy, the curator here. I never guessed I'd be able to meet the famous branch campus students. I'd like to welcome you all to the Imperial Museum.
Oh, so you were in the same club as Emma then? That's right, I was the club president. We wrote a book together for the school festival. Oh, it really takes me back. I still keep in touch with her. She told me all about you guys at the branch campus. Oh yeah? Good things, I hope. Ah, so you're the Dorothy from Thor's main campus. The very same Dorothy who wrote Love Song of the Summer Grass? You know about that? I didn't even print that many copies. It's because it's become a legend in certain circles. A story of two young men who go through misunderstandings and conflict and end up nurturing a friendship that blooms into passion. It's truly an honor to be able to meet the author of such a masterpiece. I never thought I'd run into a true believer here. Oh, I'm so happy. I see, so she's one of those. Yeah, as far as I'm aware, she's the very picture of one of those kinds of people. If she's in the literature club, that means she's the same as Ash. What? Do you mean he's... Don't get ahead of yourself. I'm only in the club because it's the perfect place to take a nap. Probably don't like to hear that, huh, Miss Bookworm? No, not at all. Naps are the best. Oh, the image is coming to me. A young man napping by the windowsill in the library, surrounded on all sides by books. A man with ebony hair like the night sky, his teacher, and a live boy with the hair like the summer sky, his rival, both arrive to check on him. Their eyes meet. She works quick. She's even going on in that... What's even going on in that head of hers? Oh, what a lovely scene. It's simply perfect. Yuna, do you understand what everyone here is talking about? I don't think I want to understand. Well, glad to see she's talented as ever. Sorry about that. I try to keep my fantasies under control in public, and it was just so... Anyway, the request was made by Rilk. He's one of the curators here. He should be waiting in the first exhibit hall. If you have time, please go and speak with him there. Got it, thanks. I'll let you guys decide whether we take the request or not, but that aside, we should have enough time to take a quick glance around here. I agree, there are so many fascinating things here after all. No kidding, even this first room looks like it'll be a lot of stuff to look at. All the exhibits have been changed out since the last time I was here. Yes, we changed the first exhibition room by the season. We have a different theme with a new set of displays every time. Think they're done training back at your home by now? Well, they should at least be on break soon. In that case, we should head straight there once we're done. Oh, before you go, I'd like to congratulate you on starting up the branch campus as well as founding the new Class 7. I hope your field exercises here in Heimdall go well. Aw, thank you. Thanks for your help, Dorothy. Oh, by any chance are you guys... We're from Thor's branch campus, Class 7 Special Operations. We got a request from a Mr. Rilk? Ah, that's me. Thank you so much for coming. Is it okay if I launch into the explanation right away? Whoa there, someone's real eager. Currently we are on duty patrolling the city. How long would you say the request might take? Well, the explanation should be quick enough at least. If you could spare a moment to hear me out, I'd appreciate it. Sure, please tell us the deets. Your request mentioned an artifact? What exactly is an artifact? Oh, God. Way I hear it, they're gifts from the goddess, given too early. Wow, I'm impressed you know that. Put simply, they're any sort of object from the ancient Zemarian civilization. Many different artifacts have been found over the years. Most of them are either broken or harmless, but does this request mean you found a new one? That's exactly right. It helps that you're so knowledgeable. Please, come this way. I'll show you the object in question. So this is an artifact. It seems to be in very good shape, considering it's over 1,000 years old. It was recently excavated from a basin in the northern part of the Empire. It was sent to us, but we thought it looked too pristine. So before we put it on the exhibit, we wanted to make sure it wasn't alive. Alive, but it's a lamp. Artifacts can be separated into two categories. There are those artifacts which have lost their power and are non-functional. The other category is living artifacts, those which continue to function and exhibit supernatural phenomena. Only artifacts from the first category are allowed to be exhibited in museums. Any artifact that still work need to be handed over to the Septinian Church for safekeeping. For real? That's pretty crazy. Wait, am I the only one here who didn't know this? Well, I can't say mention of artifacts is all that common, but even so, they do come up in the news every so often. Yeah, last time was something about some thief causing trouble. You're all very well informed, I'm impressed. There are many artifacts capable of producing effects far beyond our current levels of technology. If living artifacts are left out in the open, there's no telling what chaos they would cause. That's why every country on the continent has agreed to send them to be sealed away by the church. Huh. I didn't know that was something the church even did. Well, Crossbell's one of the most modern cities around, so I wouldn't be surprised if old relics didn't come up much in conversation there. So what is it you'd like us to do with this artifact? We've run a few tests already, and there haven't been any problems so far, but we have yet to test it out in the field. We'd like to ask you to take it outside the city and see how it reacts. I think I understand. You're worried it might be activated in combat. So all we gotta do is take it with us and smack some monsters around? Piece of cake. That's right. If you could do that for us, our test will be complete. From the sound of it, you guys have plenty of combat experience. Would you be willing to help us? Of course we would. Leave it to us. Thank you so much. Here you go. We've named the artifact the Eternal Candelar. Kinda looks like a lantern to me. Who named this thing? Yes, it is a rather interesting name. I think someone at the Academy just decided it sounded cool or something. Could you test it out and get it back to us before noon? We'd like to put it on exhibit for the summer festival if it's safe to do so. Understood. If we're gonna test it, we should leave through the southern gate. Yes, sir. It may be a good idea to complete our other business in the city before leaving. Okay. I feel like I've seen this somewhere before. So do I, but where? Wait, it's the bell from the center square in Crossbell. Yeah, now that you mention it, I remember seeing a dumb-looking bell like this one on the way to the Governor General's shindig. No, this one's a little different. If I had to guess, I'd say it's one of Crossbell's 3 celestial bells. Now that I get a closer look, you're right, it does look different from the Sun Bell. I remember hearing the Triple S mention a Moon Bell and a Star Bell. Must be one of those. Yes, the plaque says it's the Star Bell. Apparently it's used to be on top of Stargazer's tower. I wonder if it was brought here for security reasons. When Crossbell declared its independence, the 3 bells resonated with each other and were used for a large-scale ritual. They separated the 3 of them to prevent such a thing from happening again. Well, it seems kinda complicated, but I guess it's for the best. Whatever, just looks like a big lump of metal to me. Excuse me. Jesus. It drives me nuts a little bit because it's like The second game becomes so much more open compared to the first game, and then going back to
don't hear
everything
any
being so weird and linear is it's a strange feeling. Because, like, why even have the other rooms? Like, why make those rooms if I can't go over there? This is Vander's. It's much bigger than the training hall in Parm. Well, this is the HQ of our school. Oh, Master Kurt! Ah, Master Kurt, you're back. I'm glad to see you're doing well. I'm home, Van Rayfon. Please don't call me Master. Well, why not? That's what you are, aren't you? Oh, who are they? Nice to meet you. We're Kurt's classmates. We're with Thor's Military Academy's branch campus. It's a pleasure to meet you. Wow, so many cuties. I'm jealous. And that's... Pleased to meet you. We were passing by, so we wanted to say hello.
Welcome to the Vander Training Hall.
Damn, Kurt's mom.
Welcome back, Kurt. It feels like it's been forever since you were last here.
Oh, she certainly is beautiful.
She your sister? She's pretty fine.
I have returned home, mother.
Mother?
You're shitting me.
A stepmother, perhaps? No, they look too similar.
Hey, come on now, guys. Don't be so rude. You just met her.
It's a pleasure to meet all of you in class.
That
7.
voice is not fitting for this person.
Kurt's told me so much about you in his letters.
Aurier Vander.
I am Matthias Vander's second wife, Aurier Vander. I'm so glad you could stop by.
Does that mean that Mueller is his half-brother, then? Huh. I see, so Laura was here shortly before. Come to think of it, the training hall in Parm. Yes, she came here to be a temporary teacher. The pupils and I enjoyed her visit quite a bit. Oh yes, we heard a woman's voice from outside earlier. Does your mother also teach? Yes, she was trained in the art of the sword. She and my father and brother trained me from a very young age. I see, that stern voice. The headmaster of the Vander School, also known as the Storm Watcher. I never thought that she could have been Kurt's mother. Ha, I used to be called that when I was younger. This was before Kurt was born. Ha, so you're pretty good, huh? Well, it seems like you have your obstacles, what with all your guys scattered around. Hey, no, it's true. Father became the head martial arts instructor of the Imperial Army, and he was called to Guerrilla Fortress and isolated from the Empire. My brother is in the Nord Highlands, and my uncle is at Orok's Fort. That sums up the Vander family's current situation. Kurt. Yes, that's right. But I won't allow us to be swept away by the past. There are many disciples of Vander all over the Empire, not just Parm. Many people still support us, including the Arcade School. Our duties may have been lost, but we must still do what's right as Vanders. Do what you must do. Kurt, you should find your answer for yourself. Spend time with Class 7 of the branch campus, where you chose to go. I believe you'll be able to achieve your goals in the capital. Mother. Well, I will do my best. She's really amazing. She's beautiful, strong. There's just this dignified aura about her. The Storm Watcher. I'd say she certainly lives up to her title. Huh. She's totally my type, but I doubt I'll ever be on her level. Please don't talk about my mother like that. But I do admit, she is an amazing person. It's not just my mother. My brother, father, uncle, they're all accustomed to the Vander way. It is why I can't accept things the way they are now. I won't go along with Chancellor Osborne and the Emperor's methods. Ah, Kurt. I apologize for taking up your time. Let's get going. Special ops missions, spy investigations, we need to accomplish both. That's right. We should make our rounds before we tackle those requests. Yes. What a pain. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go. Head to Kurt's room? Hell yeah, dude. Jack shit in here, other than chess. Kurt loves chess. It's weird that that's a totally separate map. I would have thought the bird would be there by the aqueducts, but maybe he's here? Wow, this place is awe-inspiring for sure. The Sank District. It's said that this area contains more history and tradition than anywhere else in the entire capital. Perhaps Misei would know more about this place than I. You attended the girls' school here. Only until last year. Oh, there's a fountain, so that's probably where the stupid junkie is. That over there is the Heimdall Cathedral, the crown jewel of all the churches in Heimdall. There's a person called the head archbishop who governs all of the churches in Erebonia. Ha, so he's the head honcho priest then. Hey now. And over there is the famous St. Astoria Girls' School. As you know, Elise and Princess Elfin attend that school. It definitely is a nice campus. Do you think they're in class during the day? Yeah, most likely. St. Astoria. It's been a while. And that over there is one of the fanciest, most famous hotels in the capital. And way over there is the Embassy of the Republic of Calvert. Oof, didn't see that coming. I see, so this is the embassy. I'm sure that with recent events, security's been bolstered, without a doubt. It's also marked by the Intelligence Division. Kinda curious to find out what's going on. Either way, I'd love to visit the cathedral in St. Astoria. That sounds pleasant. Alright, let's take a look around. It's weird that it starts like in the middle. Oh, isn't that the parakeet? It matches the description. This is definitely the parakeet we're looking for. Alright, wait. Tweet? Oh, dang it. Yuna, he's a bird. You have to approach him gently. What a klutz. Oh, shut your pie hole. Now, he couldn't have gone too far. Let's keep looking. Just me? I don't know. Is it just you? There, the parakeet. Looks like he didn't go far. We need to be careful this time. What should we do? He's so high up, even Ash can't reach him. Nope, not even if I stretch my arm out. If only I could just use my weapon. Peep? She sensed your hostility. Huh? What hostility? Well, it looks like he went north. We shouldn't use weapons. He's just a baby bird. Yeah, I know. Objective acquired. Parakeet located. Alright, we got it. Huh? This guy's... Beep beep. It's yellow, which means it's a different parakeet. Huh? So what? Is it wild? I can't keep up with this crap anymore. That's what I thought. Let's make sure we don't mix them up. Up there. On top of the streetlight. Mr. Bernard did mention he liked to do that. What should we do? If I project my energy, I may be able to stop him, but he's pretty high up. Huh? You can do that? Didn't know you could do magic tricks. It's not a magic trick, it's real. It may be worth giving it a shot, but if you take too long... Peep. Ah, it flew away again. This is harder than I thought. Perhaps if it came to ground level, we could capture it. Oh, this is a really dumb quest, huh? I found it. It's the parakeet. It's hiding among pigeons. I apologize. It seems it's difficult even on ground level. Let's proceed with care. They're animals. Once they sense our presence, they'll all fly away. Yeah, what should we do? Sleepy. What? The bird just talked. I know some of them can mimic human speech. Maybe it's a hint. Where would one who's sleepy go? Let's go after it. Ferris? What up? Oh, hello everyone. I didn't know you'd be in Heimdall. Ferris, it's so nice to see you. So are you visiting, or... I'm not on vacation. You see, the hotel is a popular place for business meetings. You're on business, huh? Impressive. Why, thank you. I'm just about to meet someone, and it looks like you're here on a mission. It seems we will both have to perform our duties at the highest level today. Her department store must be doing well. Forget stopping crime like we're doing. She's the real hero here. Dealing with that rich little punk must be a total pain in the ass. It's so strange. It just went into a bed? Hey, it's here. Who would have thought he would be in a hotel bed? He said he was sleepy earlier, so I'm tired. Please let me rest. He's a parakeet that always stayed indoors. He's not used to flying long distances. As long as you don't lose sight of him, I figured you'd catch him soon enough. I see. Oh, Instructor Reen, you tease you. Should have told us earlier. Well, he did want to run... Why did he want to run away in the first place? I'm sure his owner feeds him well. Puis? Feed? Feed? Fruit? Looks like he's reacting to feed. Yeah, in that case, yeah, it's worth a try. Yoon and the others picked out words to use with the parakeet, and they were able to get in close and capture it. Thank you, you guys are my saviors. Oh no, I'm just glad we were able to find them. Harder than I expected. Hello, hello! Food, hurry, make it fruit. I'm so sorry, Chucky. I'll get you something right away. Seems like he really lets that parakeet walk all over him. Well, they both seem happy, so it should be fine. Oh, you guys, thank you. Please accept this. Whoa, can we really have this? You brought Chucky home. This is nothing. We graciously accept. Ha. Just make sure he doesn't fly away again. Excuse me, why do I have the hiccups? Right, you got it. Thank you, everyone. What the fuck?
It's my turn!
Very well.
It's my turn!
It's my turn.
Decided to give Chucky his favorite food. What is it, Chucky? That white peach costs 1,000 mira? Tastes good. I should run away from home more often. What the fuck? Is it on? Oh, it's on a different floor. I was like, what? Oh shit, Tomatonio? A fitting end. It's the final chapter of Tome. It was the skinny crow from before who was always mean to Tomatonio. What's Mr. Goody Two-Shoes doing in a place like this? The crow snarked. And you've gotten awfully ugly since the last time I saw ya. But Tomatonio faced the crow, his face still filled with determination. Go ahead and laugh, but I still haven't given up on my dream, he said defiantly. The crow smiled devilishly. I knew you'd say that. You just don't know when to give up, do ya? Suddenly, the crow seized the vine on top of Tometonio's head and flew high into the air, soaring across the orange sky to a destination unknown. The other crows and forest animals gazed in awe at the flying crow. "Why aren't you eating that tomato?" they would ask, and the crow had a response for each one of them. "Instead of a fancy gourmand like myself, I know the perfect person for an ugly tomato like him." Tometonio worried about where he was being taken, but nevertheless thanked the crow for rescuing him from the forest. The crow only scoffed coldly in response and continued flying. After some time, Tometonio's finally succumbed to his exhaustion and fell asleep, entrusting the crow with his life. The crow spent the entire night flying, and soon Tometonio awoke to the cool morning fog. They finally arrived at a restaurant owned by a legendary chef. The crow deposited Tometonio on the restaurant's kitchen counter and perched on the windowsill. "This place is perfect for an extraordinary tomato like you," said the crow. Then he scoffed again. "Ha! I must be an idiot. I can't believe I actually respect your determination." Suddenly, the crow fell off the windowsill. A soft thud was heard shortly after. "Mr. Crow!" Tometonio called out. The crow had stopped stealing from the field since meeting Tometonio, though his new lifestyle left him physically weak. Tometonio felt sad for the crow. "Thank you, Mr. Crow. You were a good friend to me." As he reflected on his memories with the crow, the legendary chef and the other chefs entered the kitchen. "What's this?" On top of the kitchen counter was a hideous-looking tomato covered in leaves and dirt. "We ought to throw this ugly thing out," one chef said. The other chefs agreed and made to grab Tometonio, but the legendary chef stopped them. "Now wait a moment," the legendary chef said. "This is no ordinary tomato. Look not at its appearance, but at its substance." The legendary chef scooped up Tometonio gently and washed him carefully. "It may not look like a good tomato, but I am certain that this is an extraordinary and delicious tomato. I can make a great dish out of this." The other chefs murmured at these words, and the legendary chef immediately started prepping a meal with the determined tomato, who finally had his dream realized. And thus, Tometonio was born into a great dish. The children who despised tomatoes would grow to love tomatoes after eating this great dish and be filled with happiness, and they would never forget how delicious this tomato tasted for the rest of their lives. Damn. Tometonio. We finished the saga. Now I'm curious about did we read the final part of the other one? The vampire one, where the vampire girl was like gonna kill that little boy? I don't think we did. Hopefully that comes up soon. Damn, but I was waiting for that. The ending of Tometonio? That shit's tight. We did it. So this is the Calvardian embassy. Yeah, but something seems off. What is it? It's customary for embassies to be guarded in front by the public order personnel of the country they're in. In the case of the capital, the Heimdall military police are the ones responsible. That's right, there used to be guards posted here. Excuse me, may I help you? No, hello, do you work here? Yes, I do. What can I help you with? You don't look like Calvardians. I'm afraid we're in difficult times currently, so is there a problem here? Huh? Heimdall military police? You there, secretary. You shouldn't be interacting with citizens like this. And you guys are? We're with Thor's Military Academy's branch campus. We've begun our field exercises near the capital today. I recall hearing about that. Even so, could you show me some identification just to be sure? There's a possibility that someone could be impersonating you. Huh? He's a blunt one. All right.
Don't worry, it's fine.
Lecter, the scarecrow? Oh, huh? Sir Arundel. Major, are you leaving? Yes, I'm pretty busy. I know them, so there's no need to check their IDs. If that's the case, I understand. Thanks for cooperating. We both have better things to worry about. Right, if you'll excuse me, then I'll open the gate. Jeez. My, aren't you lot busy bees early this morning? You never know what you might catch, so you better work hard. Ha, I don't need you to tell us that. That was already within expectations. But this is strange, isn't it? Why are the Heimdall military police inside the embassy instead of being on guard outside? That's true. The premises of an embassy is extraterritorial. I thought that would be universal. This would be universally accepted. Well, the situation demands it. We're having them cooperate with us. They requested it from us, so we haven't broken any agreements. I suppose it's a matter of words. One of the government's many tactics, I'm sure. Well, the embassy didn't know about the infiltration either. If we knew they were involved, they'd be deported, so they were understanding. Okay then, catch you later. He always shows up whenever our field exercises are. It's so shady. Even if he does work under the Chancellor like Instructor Claire. Yes, he is known as the Scarecrow and is one of the Ironbloods. Whatever. If I hear one more word about that guy, I'm gonna fall asleep. Let's just go. Yeah, you're right. That was an unusual response. It's as if they're trying to hide the entire existence of Calvert. That is weird. Mucho weird. Looks like they were in the middle of Mass. This place is really big. The cathedral in Ortis was huge, but this looks even bigger. Yes, and that person is the head of Erebonia's Septenian Church, Head Archbishop Sigmar. When Idios introduced the people to the land of misery, she said to them, "Live in the light and be at peace with the darkness." She is not praising the darkness. It means that even when shrouded in darkness, tightly embrace any light you may find, even if it is merely thy neighbor. These are tough times we live in, and in these times our faith and love for our neighbors are tested. And so concludes Morning Mass. Thank you for your attention. Wow, those were such beautiful words. Yeah, I haven't heard anything that stirring in a while. Well, since we're here, we might as well do some worshipping. Good idea. No. Not doing any worshipping. Oh, door is over here. Sister Orlance. I'm good. That was a huge cathedral, but Mass seemed normal. I did not detect anxiety from the congregation despite the situation. Yes, I feel people who attend Mass are usually like this. Perhaps the citizens haven't been informed about anything yet. Maybe it's for the better if it prevents panic. The Septenian Church. I've got a bad feeling about this. Instructor? It's nothing. Let's go look somewhere else. Yeah, let's go. Oh shit!
The new Class 7. It seems like they've begun. I suppose I can leave them, Emma, and Grandmother to someone else.
Damn, Vida Clotilde! How'd she get up there, man? Teleportation is wild. I wish I could teleport.